Hi, welcome to a homestead apartment. This is the hellhole, to put it mildly, that me and my flatmate have been living in for the past year. And let me run you through an overall tour, really. Today is our last day. We've cleaned, we've packed, we've sanitized, we've gone through the process. And here's a run through. So, my wonderful, wonderful flatmate just cleaned the bathroom. So this is as spick and span as we could have gotten it, and pretty sure it wasn't this shiny when we got it either. And first of all, welcome to the little mouse nests that have appeared everywhere throughout our apartment because they have taken residence with us. And this was covered in fecal matter, little mouse poo pellets, and urine. So that was a very daily smell that we endured, that mouse urine smell. Here's the linen closet, which stayed relatively pest-free compared to the rest of the building. Welcome to my room. So you come in and you say, whoa, this is such a nice space. Sadly, it is wasted through bad management, bad neighbors, and it has been infested the entire time we've lived here. When we first moved in last year, I believe around June, our first encounter was with the cockroaches, and they sent the treatment, and luckily that worked. But then we started getting bites, and every single one of these dots on my arms now is a scar left over from a bedbug bite because we have been terribly infested for the entire time that we have lived here. So what this white powder you see is diatomaceous dirt, because all the treatments that they have sent have been highly ineffective, and we had to self-treat to even mildly survive. We still got bit because our walls are all connected. As you can see, this is not in great condition anymore. This management has not taken care of this building, and thus the condition of the structures, infestations throughout the years and years and years of abuse this building has taken, it's not in great shape anymore. I don't even want to know what else is in this carpet when I first moved in, but that aside. So, throughout the infestation, they sent treatments. We had to pack up everything we owned and put them in garbage bags. We had to launder everything, and trust me, that has costed us, I don't even know how much. And now that we've just moved out, most of the furniture we had to dispose of because it was so infested that there was no way in heck, because we are responsible and we do not want, unlike this management company, to further spread this bed bug infestation that has taken a hold of the area. So, welcome to the piles and piles of mouse poop again. They tried to bring in traps finally a couple months ago, and they've been relatively successful as compared to the bed bug treatment, but there has still been high activity of mice because within those walls, I don't even know how many are in there, but we hear them, we smell them, we've lived with them. So there is mouse poop in every corner that we look in, and there's just no way that we could prevent them from entering. So here's this condition, and you know, the process of this moving out, we paid double rent in both this place and our new place because there was no way we could have moved like normal people where you just pack everything up in boxes and move and call it a day. We had to clean everything, we had to launder everything, we had to sanitize and disinfect things with 90% or above alcohol, and pardon for the banging, just another one of those wonderful things that we've had to live with. And it has not stopped. Like, you think this is a construction, they do it for a couple of days, maybe weeks. I'll give you months, but no. This has been going on for the entire year that we've been here. So, my poor flatmate, her dresser used to sit here, as you could see from the ample amounts of mouse fecal matter surrounding the area. And her clothes in her dresser, the mice somehow found a way up, and she found urine and fecal matter on her clothes. Which means more laundry, which means more cost, which means more money that this building is making off of us while putting us through this horrendous condition. So, I finally have the energy to even make this video because while living here, we were just so defeated and so tired all the time. Whether it was last summer where we were covered with bites and itchy and hot, and our nice little neighbor blessing us with smoke and ash coming in through the windows. Like, my desk used to be by my window in my room, but I had to move that because every time I opened the window at all, it would just get covered with ash, and I spent so much time cleaning. So, here's our pantry. Again, this was very, very devastating because the mice found ways into our pantry. So we learned to seal things up or just discover things chewed open the next day and seeing it all eaten up when we're just helpless with all of this infestation. So again, mouse poop everywhere.
Don't forget, we had taped up the shelves ourselves because originally they could get up behind the shelves.
Yep, just another measurement that we had to do because the management just couldn't take care of it. So we found little ways here and there to try and stop them from coming through. But, you know, it's just, the infestation was just so high that there was nothing that we could do. And this is all coming out of our pocket on top of the rent that we're already paying Homestead. So this has been quite unpleasant, to put it very, very, very mildly. So everything, absolutely everything has been covered with mouse fecal matter. This was our living room closet. So we stuffed our shoes with laundry sheets because we saw somewhere, read somewhere. We did so much research on how to prevent or try to minimize our damages on our property. So shoes were stuffed with laundry wipes, and so, but they would still pee and poo on top of everything that was exposed, and we can't just cover everything up. I mean, I lived here for a year and there was still stuff in black garbage bags packed up on the top of the closet because I just couldn't unpack it here and live, essentially, without everything being infested. And just, see, a brilliant vacuum cleaner, just another one of those things that this place has destroyed and that we cannot take with us because we don't want to risk bringing the infestation with us when we move to a new place. So, wonderful traces. It boggles the mind how much fecal matter there is everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. So, and here's the nice little sample of some of the things that we've had to live with, which is an ample amount of mice, dead and alive. We'd hear them running around under the vents, around the walls, behind our furniture. But once in a blue moon, one of us will wake up and we'll find a dead mouse either in the living room, in the hallway, just anywhere. And we have to dispose of them ourselves because we just can't. This management office just doesn't care about all these daily in and outs that we battle with. So here's a little sample. I don't even know how many we've found.
At least 20.
At least 20, at the very, very least, because we just put them in glass coffee jars and dispose of them one by one because we didn't know what to do. Like, nobody prepares us for this. We're paying to live in an apartment. We're not expecting to know how to just dispose of all these things. So again, brilliant ample amounts of fecal matter all around the perimeter. Very wonderful. And I mean, this is on top of us vacuuming. Like, we vacuum, we clean like normal people. And there's just traces of it everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Like, you see, this is where they congregate because they just lived here, and we have our sweet little dog, so the mice would steal his food right out of his dish, and we would find pellets strewn about, and we just tried to put the dish away, like, on higher places, and we just moved it around constantly because it was just so much. So there's a nice little bunch of poop. This is our kitchen, so this is supposed to be clean. This is the place we eat and prepare food, but no, it's been covered with the cockroaches, because I mean, the treatment works, but then because the rest of the building is still infested, they just come right through the walls and sockets again, and a couple weeks later, here we are again. Critters running everywhere. So this is really a full infestation, and somehow we've tried. I've called the landlord-tenant board, and apparently as long as they try to send treatments, no matter how ineffective, they're not violating bylaws, and apparently mice aren't considered a health hazard, only rats are. But I mean, come on, this quantity, this pure volume, this is just what we've been stuck with, like everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. We couldn't use anything. We couldn't live normally. Like, they chewed through everything that we put. And, you know, the only safe place was like the fridge, the freezer, the oven. And I mean, we heard them underneath the oven a lot, and we hear them running through the...
And in the stove.
And in the actual stove itself. So, I don't know if you can see, but there's a dead mouse in that trap. Oh, it's a little dark. But believe me, we found plenty dead mice. So, I think I covered everything. Anything you want to add? It's been a long year.
Mm-hmm.
Very long, very dirty feeling year, because there's just no amount of cleaning that you could possibly do to make this feel clean. Like, even just simple things like countertops, we can wipe them down again and again and again and again, but our paper towels, our wipes never came out clean.
For a while, the mice were so bad that the counters were covered in poop, and we could clean it up, and the next morning we'd get up and it was covered again.
Yeah. Like, there's still a couple here. We wipe them down so often, but we just wake up with scatters of it everywhere again because they just moved in, fully moved right in. And yeah, I mean, there's a long list of things that the management hasn't done, little things, big things, but I think I've covered the gist of our experience. And I hope this has in some way maybe helped you be aware of the level of infestation that's going on and aware of the possibility, because when we were looking around in apartments, we weren't even aware that the bedbug infestations could get this bad. And the mice, like, we thought these were fixable problems, and they really are. It just has to be done procedurally and properly, which sadly this building management has highly neglected to do. So we've almost, they tried to threaten to kick us out because we self-treated, quote unquote, with the diatomaceous dirt, but come on, when your treatments aren't working, what do you expect us tenants to do? Live here and get chewed up over and over again? Like, I'm gonna have these scars for years to come, and that summer is something I never want to relive. So really breaks one's spirits, and you just feel bad for all the babies and the old people and even normal people that just move in and live in a place like this. So there's the tour, and good luck and take care. Bye.